You know, there comes a time in every baby bear's life where he has to wake up, stop drinking his juice from his own mother, and find a secondary source of juice. And I think if you summarize what exactly has happened over the past couple of weeks for Bitcoin, that is exactly this. So if we take a look at Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin for the last few weeks has consolidated within this absolutely gigantic giga symmetrical triangle here, and it's been absolute pumpage for Bitcoin ever since. We've seen Bitcoin breach above 30K for the very first time since about a year ago, back in May of 2022, as it was completely plummeting below it. Not to mention, Bitcoin is within the most giga, absolute bust-worthy, complete ooey-gooeyest, massive falling wedge that we've seen in the history of mankind. I have gone back for the last 30 years and looked at the textbooks. We haven't seen anything even half this size. Okay, this is absolutely gigantic. It's about a year and a half long giga falling wedge for Bitcoin. It is truly monumental. And if you would go back about a year and you would look at this chart and you would think, you know, this is going to turn into a massive falling wedge and Bitcoin's going to start breaking out of this, even if you go back only 3 or 4 months, a lot of people would tell you, no, that's impossible. Good luck with that. You're being a little too moon boyish, right? Well, it looks as though the moon boys have just mooned the baby bears, if you know what I mean. And it just gets very big, right? The narrative that Bitcoin's going to 10K looks even sillier than, a clown on Halloween. It looks like an absolute goof fest. It looks very unlikely, if I'm going to be totally honest here. Not to mention, in less than 24 hours, we have the next CPI coming out. And this absolutely will influence the markets. It will influence Bitcoin. The Fed, if they start cutting rates, if this is the last hike, if we get a 25 basis point hike next month, after we see the CPI tomorrow, then very likely Bitcoin's going to pump, right? If the CPI comes back and the Fed decides, either to raise one more 25 basis point hike or just stop entirely, both of those scenarios are very bullish for Bitcoin. And the Fed does not have much more room. Everyone knows this. And so either way, the clock is ticking down. The clock is ticking down for Bitcoin's gigabust. So very exciting. And all of that as well within the wider context of Bitcoin facing the biggest FUD you could ever imagine, some of the biggest exchanges going down, the SEC, the CFTC, grannies and grandpas, completely pretty much losing their shorts over Bitcoin doing so well, and Bitcoin doesn't seem to care. Why? Well, the halving is coming up in about a year. Bitcoin is more bullish than ever. More people are holding longer than ever. More people are holding longer than ever before because they understand the value of Bitcoin and the lack of value within banks, right? Anybody with 2 little neurons in their brain at this point realizes that the banks are not your friends, and they're also not very good at their jobs, right? So absolutely. I mean, Bitcoin, I think, again, is it still possible we have some sort of fake out dump? Yeah, I mean, absolutely. If you really zoom in, we did have one. Okay, so it's not out of the ordinary to see these little itsy bitsy dumperoos right here, like right here, right? They happened right here, fell down. And then what happened? Mega giga bust. So I don't think there's a lot of strength here for a long-term bearish narrative. We are now in truly an era where bull mode is starting. Can we still get dumps? Yes, we will still get dumps. But if you're expecting Bitcoin to go to 10K, fat chance. Technically, anything is possible, but you really, really have to hope that there is a consecutive, massive, cataclysmic style, multiple horrible events for Bitcoin is the only possible way something like that could happen. And you really need to reach. You really need to reach for that. And as well, I'm up actually, I believe, about $22,000 in profit on my trades that I've been following along with in my videos for the past month or so. But if you're interested in that, massive sign-up bonuses with the links below in the description, and 0 fees when trading spot when you sign up with my links below. And without further ado, may the bust be with you.